Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
Welcome to the Application Knowledge Podcast. I am Animated Male, Chris James, Stephen Michael, and we are on episode 135. Happy to be alive.
135. It only took you 4 times to get that intro right.
No, just 2 times.
Oh, no,
About 3 times. About three times.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But we back, and I feel like there's a lot that has happened, within our society. I would ask you all how you're doing. I know, Stephen, you went out of town and, you got to see the lovely family.
I saw the lovelies.
The lovelies.
You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? I was brushing my teeth.
Okay.
Not today.
Were you thinking about me?
Yeah.
While you were brushing your teeth?
Yeah. I mean, not like brushing my teeth every time I think. Yeah. No, it's just, you get random thoughts. They just pop up.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
I mean, obviously, because, you're right there. Mm-hmm. And then... well, not when I'm brushing my teeth, but you know what I mean.
I don't know. This is sounding bad. We're just going.
But I'm thinking. Well, I was thinking like, man, I'd be so happy. Well,
Stephen was here while I was brushing my teeth.
No.
Okay.
Like I said, I'll be so happy when like the blended family, they can get into like one like vessel of a home.
That'd be nice.
Seeing your children and then your woman's children all together.
Yeah.
And seeing that camaraderie, I was like, man, that's so dope,
dude. When I think about like my relationship and how it became or how it started and got to a relationship. Like, I literally have this woman written in my journal. Yeah. Like, I mean, from her hair color to everything except her height, which I bring up.
Which you wanted her shorter or taller?
She's shorter. No. Oh, sorry. What did you want?
You wanted her shorter?
I wanted her taller.
Taller, okay.
Yeah. So
what was the height?
It was 5'8".
What is she?
She's 5'5".
With heels.
Oh.
She 5'8" with heels.
Yeah, she don't really wear heels like that for real.
5'5" a good height though.
But
you're taller, so I get. I'm
right.
taller too.
I mean,
I guess it's just preference.
When I'm talking about my journal, I'm writing. Like, this is the first time I've ever sat down and said, "What do you want?" Like, in a woman, like not just thinking about it. Oh, this would be nice. This would be nice, because I found that a lot of, at least for me, I found that I focused intentionally on women unintentionally, that women just like women that like me, I then just became to like them. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So not in the sense of like guys will be like, oh, I like women that like me, or people will be like, date people that like you.
Yeah.
Right. Which you should. But I was actively only going after women that I thought would like me, which would it was a protection mechanism. Because I didn't, the rejection. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, oh, she's not going to like me. She's not going to like me. Why would I even try? So then I started to only like what I thought I only liked women that typically look like they would like me.
Okay. And those like.
We don't have to go into.
Okay. All right. Yeah, me. Ooh, those are good, nice, bad memories.
Some good, nice, bad memories. But this was the first time that I ever sat and was like, well, what do I like? What do I want if I could create something or someone that would be what I want without the thought of fear of rejection? What would that look like? And everything that I wrote, and I'm sure, I probably could have even been even more specific, but I was fairly specific. But everything that I wrote, she essentially was. And I ended up sending her like a couple pictures of like my notebook. And I'm like, just look at this. Like, this is you. And interestingly enough, she has 2 kids. I have 2 kids. Her daughter is 10. My daughter's 11. My son is, he's turning 8. Her son is 7. I'm sorry, he's turning 9. Her son is currently 7. So it's just like,
what? How old is her son?
He's 7.
He's turning 8. And how old is your son?
Well, he just turned 7. And
I'm confused.
My bad.
You said he was
I get
7.
their
He about
age.
to turn
I mean, I that's why I stopped you. 'Cause
My bad.
I know you got on.
I get
so
their
he's
ages.
7.
He's 7, and Noah is 8.
He's 8. Okay.
Yeah. He just
So
turned
your
7.
children are literally a year about.
I mean, they're not even. We're stair steps, like, you know, but they're all very close. So when we all get together, you know, the girls they're on the same age, they like the same things, you know, and then the boys, they like the same things for the most part, and it's pretty dope, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Interestingly enough, I went to a conference a couple weeks ago, and there was a speaker there, and he is pretty popular. He's like a motivational speaker, but he also wrote a book called Chicken Noodle Soup for the Soul. So I got the book because he inspired me at this conference.
The old book?
Yeah, well, it's the new revised.
Oh, okay.
It's the new revised copy. They added, like, I think it's either 20 or 100 more stories. And one of the stories, I think it's the first story, called Twin Flame, speaks about a guy who, have you read the book?
No.
It speaks about a guy who wrote down, there's like 200 specific points that he wanted in a woman and found that exact woman.
Wow.
And it made me think about you, because I was like, because people probably listen to that story and be like, bro, that's not real. That's not going to happen. But it's like, we do things that work, and we're you know, we're on our same separate paths and stuff. We do things that work. We don't really have a good way of quantifying what's working, because we're not connected. We're not talking. We're not sharing information like that. It just so happened that you told me that. But how many people have you really told? And then how many people have read that book to even know, oh, this isn't just a Steven thing, or it's not luck. Like, he really did do something there. Like, that's something you could actually do.
nigga, I'm about to harness that power.
I don't know why you haven't already.
I'm about to do it after this podcast. So I'm gonna go upstairs and start writing.
It was something that I did over the span of probably a few months. Or because I made a list, and then I went back and I added more, and I have them, and I actually have it dated. So when that's something.
Did you title it "My Perfect Woman"?
I don't think it's titled
"My Future Woman."
No,
I'll just say it's important to put intention into it, however you approach it.
I have a completely separate notebook for that.
It's a love notebook.
Instead
of death note, it's a love note.
Okay.
You bringing your love to life.
Yes, basically. But yeah, I have it dated. So I learned that when I was incarcerated, like put dates on things. Because
you count time in there, so it's just
yeah, that's true.
Like
but
you got the wall, nigga, the one.
That's funny. It just lets you. It just like it really it makes things concrete.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes like when we're going through life, especially when we get older, things just kind of blend together. Right,
for real.
Like so, like sometimes I look back and I'm like, bro,
just 30.
I've been here almost 5 years.
Don't even feel like it,
and it doesn't feel like it at all. So having those written down and the dates, it allows you to be like, wow, this was 3 years ago, and then it took 2 years for it to come to fruition, and I've then looked at, well, how have I grown in those 2 years? What have I done that allowed me to get to this point, and then kind of knowing her story, it's like if I would have met her 6 months after after I wrote that, we would have never worked out, right? It was the perfect timing, like literally, and I only knew that from obviously learning her story and her timing and how things went, and it had to go the way that it went because.
So you had a good time when you were out there.
Yes.
Okay.
I had another point, but go ahead.
No. I'm just double checking to see. You know what I mean?
I had a great time.
Yeah. I had a great time. All right. Enough. No. Because I wanted to get to my point. I just wanted to highlight what I was thinking about when I was brushing my teeth. I didn't expect the whole. Yeah, but hey, I appreciate it. Yeah,
you needed that,
of course. That's why I said I appreciate it.
You know
what I mean?
It's okay.
I wonder what color skin tone Mel's gonna put in his book.
Skin tone for who, me or him?
In his love notes.
Why would you put anything in it for me? He's talking about you.
Oh, for the honey dip. Okay. I would want a sister. I mean, what should I put? Should I put?
I don't know what you should put.
Because I don't really care.
The deepest desires of your heart.
This is the point of the notebook. To then ask yourself, what do I want?
Okay.
So mine, I'll tell you, mine was just a woman that has melanin.
Okay. Well, every human has melanin.
I mean, yeah, but that's not my intention. That's like.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
got you,
a certain level.
A little spicy jalapeno.
Steve just gave Mel the cheat.
Yeah.
No, that's what I wanted. So what that did was it basically nixed out white women.
Oh, okay. Well,
White, Irish, you know what I'm saying? European, it's just nixed them. In my head.
Can I tell y'all about a date that I had yesterday?
Yeah, go. I knew you did something. Go ahead.
I mean, I had more than one date, but
Oh, I knew I saw you coming and going. I knew it. Go ahead.
oh, speaking of that,
Oh, must have went well then.
Hey, Daddy. Just wanted to check.
oh
in
no,
on you.
this is another chick.
Oh,
Okay. But anywho, there's this damn it, she had the text right here. Okay, anywho, there was this chick that I went out with. I just want to get y'all input, get your insight, your thought. Okay, we went somewhere in Dallas. It was actually it was at that exact same spot that we went to years ago. Not years ago, but a few years ago for Chris's birthday. Yeah, with that same building.
Monarch.
Yeah. But it was like on different. Yeah, but yeah, it was somewhere. But it was that.
But it wasn't the restaurant.
Nah, it wasn't. It was just like a spot that had. Anywho, it was that scale of environment, whatever. And like the chick we met there, and initially, like she gave me like the instructions. Okay, before you took pictures, like this is where the valet is over here, and then like after receiving, I was just like, okay, so you expect me to immediately go to valet? That was like, okay. My thought process was, okay, yeah, duh. I mean, I went valet last time. It makes sense, but I guess a level of expectation that someone,
The girl?
yeah,
Oh, because there's a parking garage right across the street.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but what's the price difference? Like, because the parking garage is going to be,
Depending on how long you know.
$12-15.
yeah. So
Yeah.
really.
But it just put it up. I was like, okay, because she's a little nigga. She's okay.
High maintenance.
I mean, a little bit. Just you'll notice as the story goes on. But we talked, we vibe, we cool, and she was there. This is the chick that I showed you who has a cool friend who looks nice.
This is the chick who has the friend.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And then, okay, we get up there, we're vibing, and now I don't really drink like that, so I'm just drinking water, and she's drinking, and then I get a water straw or paper straw. Then I was like, nigga, fucking paper straw, and she know how I am about a lot of stuff. Like when it, and she was like, I felt like she was just over exaggerating everything. She was like, relax. I'm just like, man, I'm not tripping on the damn paper straw. I'm just being silly.
Would you prefer plastic?
No, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Whatever they give me.
You're just upset there was a straw in general.
No, I just noticed it. It was an observation.
Oh, okay. Okay.
When you're drinking water, you can tell the difference between a paper straw or whatever. But to make a long story short,
Clearly.
Please do.
Steven, you're talking?
Mine was interactive.
Oh, okay.
I'm just messing with you.
Her and her friend, they got there together. They rode there together to the hotel.
Oh, her
This is a
friend.
double date?
Double date.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait. Was there another guy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Because initially I wasn't going to go, but she would have been the third wheel, and she asked me to come up there. I was like, okay, cool. And then I get there, we're kicking and vibing. Then we're getting ready to leave, and she's like, I still want to spend some more time with you. I was like, okay, let's spend some more time with each other. And then, but the thing is, she lives in Frisco.
Yikes.
And obviously, where I live. And then we were in Dallas, and so
That's
she
middle.
Yeah,
It's middle.
Yeah. And she wanted to work it out with her friend. I was like, okay, cool. Whatever y'all want to do. But the dude, he was there. The plan was for them, for him to take them home. But she wanted to spend some more time with me. I was like, okay, cool. We can kick it. You know what I mean? And then so they did their thing, and she came with me. And then there was some spot that was down the street because she asked one of the people that worked there, like, what's another spot that's still open, because the Monarch thing closed at midnight, so we still had a couple hours left. And then one of the employees, he gave her a suggestion. That's what we booked in, put that in the GPS, and then we went there. But once we got there, it was like hood niggas, basically, in a sense. And she was like, "Oh no, I can't be here." I was like, "What?" And I was like, "I get it." I said, "I don't want to be with hood niggas either," you know. And,
I mean, did it look like a hood spot?
I mean, it was a line. There was niggas with. It looked like a hood spot,
Okay.
or it just looked like. I wouldn't say hood. I would just say it was a capacity of Negroes. You know, just.
I mean, you know the vibe. We've been in Cincinnati. We know.
And she's dressed in like a ball dress or something like that. And I'm just like, okay, whatever, cool. Let's not do that. And then she was like, all right, I'm hungry. I said, okay, well, you want to eat?
Wait, didn't y'all just go eat?
No.
Y'all went to Monarch to drink.
She went to a ball prior. It was like a fun, what's that, a
gala?
Nonprofit?
Yeah, it was a gala. It's exactly what it is.
Oh, she was dressed up then.
I mean, I guess. She was dressed up, but it wasn't like, oh, stop the pressing. I mean, but yeah, she was dressed up. And so I guess she felt she was overdressed or whatever. But they were supposed to eat, but they didn't eat. So I guess that's why she was hungry. And so I was like, okay, cool. Where you want to go? He said, okay, let's go to a Waffle House. She said, oh no, but we can't go here. I don't want to be around like
she's pissing me
like
off.
these hood, like she didn't want to be around like hood areas. And I was thinking like, nigga, anytime you go to a Waffle House at this time of night,
it's
you know. And then it was taking forever. And I'm just like, just pick a location. And then she was like, okay, I don't want to pick anywhere that's too far from where you are. And then I was just like, just pick the location. And then she picked one, which is like 10 minutes away. Then we went there. And then we get to the Waffle House. And then I guess Waffle House doesn't do dining at nighttime anymore. And so there's a line outside of people ordering food. And she was like, oh no, because it was basically hood niggas.
it is 1 o'clock
in
on
Dallas.
a Saturday morning in Dallas.
Yeah.
What are you? You're talking about Waffle House. What are you expecting?
I'm like, look, I said, okay, like you're just
Get in and eat it in the car.
Yes.
And sit and talk.
And I'm thinking like, okay, there's a Barcadia around here. If you're just hungry, let's get something to eat. Let's just go to a Barcadia. It's literally 0.2 miles from here. And then
It's like a cidercade type situation.
Barcadia?
Barcadia?
Yeah, it's a little different because it's in Dallas. I've never been there, but they do have like it's like bar and gaming and food. They had food.
That sounds like a great spot.
The main thing, she was just hungry. So okay, cool. Since she didn't want to order from that, I was like, okay, so what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do? And then she was just like, no, let's just like I don't want to leave you tonight. And then I guess she got frustrated. She said, I'll just go home. I said, okay, cool. And then she was like ordering. She went to order an Uber or whatever, and I guess like the one dude it canceled or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll just take you home. And then she was like, oh no, I don't want you to do that. It's too far. Then I was like, okay, order the Uber. And she's like, you really gonna let someone order Uber? Are you really gonna let an Uber driver take me home? I was just like,
oh my God.
I was just like, I just said I literally just offered to take you home, and then you ordered the Uber. He said, yeah, the Uber's not. I mean,
She wants to come with you.
This is what I'm.
Okay, go ahead.
Picking up.
She's one of them women.
This is what I picked up afterwards because. The Uber came and then I, got her to her Uber and all that stuff. And she said, oh, I can't believe you're gonna make me take an Uber. She's like, I was like, he looked like Childish Gambino. He looked like a good guy. You'd be all right. Yeah, because he kind of looked like Donald Glover, And then, like and that was basically end of our night. But just going back, I was like, okay, she probably wanted me to take her home and just stay with her. But I had something I need to do this morning. So I was like, no, I can't. I'm not doing that, And she wanted me to. I'll just take you since it's canceled. Cool, let's take you. But there was like, for me, it honestly just made me want to cut her off. Because I'm like, this is annoying. I don't want to deal with this. This is too complicated. Like, you're hungry? Okay, let's get something to eat. but you have all of these. You don't want to go to hood spots because you feel I don't know why she feels unsafe around people that are hood.
She black?
Yeah,
Like black.
yeah.
Okay.
She black. You know what I mean? But I think she used to come from poverty, and so like anything that looks like poverty,
She definitely she's used to it.
yeah, she's just like, no, I don't want to do this. So it made me just want to stop talking to her. It made me just want to cut her off. But it also made me realize, okay, what she wanted me to do was to have sex with her because she was reaching for my, you know what I mean, every time we was trying to hug or something like that. But
Of course, Mel can't pick up on those subtle signals.
well, yes and no, but because I don't want to have sex with her.
I was about to say, it seems like you didn't really want what she was really.
Well, because I granted, I could smash. I know that. But I know it'll complicate it, and I don't want that. I don't.
How long have you been talking to her?
Roughly a couple weeks.
Sounds like you're not interested.
Initially,
What'd you say, Chris?
Sounds like he's not interested.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say. I mean, she's not as attractive as she is in pictures. You know, her pictures look much better.
This your first time meeting her?
Second time.
First time. You just want to give her another.
I just want to see how. I mean, because the first time we hung out was cool, nice energy and all that. It was
But immediately you knew her pictures were way better.
yeah. She's just. I mean, she's probably photogenic or maybe it's touched up. I don't know. Yeah. But I don't know. I think she has a lot because she's very she's a positive person, but she's very negative, which is kind of like a double entendre. But she's negative in a sense that, she thinks the worst is going to happen when something's not, but she's very caring. And wants to make sure that you're okay, and making it's just like, bro, relax. Like I could have just took you home, it would have been no issue. And I told her, I looked at her, I said, I'm a grown man. I said, if I want to take you somewhere, this is what I'm going to do. I don't need you to give me any pushback on something that I decided I want to do, but then you complain or you have an issue with you having an Uber driver take you home versus me. So,
Chris, what do you think she wanted?
She clearly wanted to go with him, whatever that means.
yeah.
The reason why she said no, I don't want you to do that, it's too far, is because she wanted to be nice or whatever that is, but she wanted you to push to be like, no, I'm going to take you. This is how they are. There was a girl telling a story about this on the internet. She met a guy that had a great night. I guess she liked him, but he invited her back to the house. She instantly was like, I'm not going to sleep with you. He said, okay, cool. I respect that. Just come have, let's hang out. They sleep together, not sex, but they sleep, they go to sleep. And she's mad because he didn't try anything. It's like, this is how their brain thinks. This is how their mind works. That's exactly what she did to you.
Yeah, it sounds like she basically was putting you into a position to where you were going to eventually offer, well, then just come back to my house or whatever. Because every time that she offered something, or every time you offered something, it was a no. And then it's like, well, then what's the next thing? She was going to order Uber, the Uber canceled, right? Then you're like, okay, I'll take you home. She's like, no, I don't want you to drive me home. Okay, well, then let's order another Uber. Wow, you're really going to have an Uber take me home? What's the next logical step?
Nigga, you better catch the bus.
I mean, I guess, you want to come back to my house? Right? I mean, that's how it would, and she'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take me home tomorrow, or I'll take an Uber tomorrow during the daytime, right? But instead of, I'm just going to use this word, I don't know if it's the right word, but instead of like properly flirting with you and letting you know that's what she wanted, then it just fell flat, and then leaves you now in confusion, right? Because I think that one of the issues with dating, particularly with women, is that they're just used to every guy just being so, I want to fuck, right? And they're just like, no. But then they meet someone who's actually has a good head on his shoulders, and he's a quality man, and he's like, I'm really trying to get to know you. I'm not trying to just take you to my house. They don't know how to even handle or manage that man, right? They don't know how to, they don't. And I think that's what happened. because if that's what she wanted, because that's what the way it seems, then she, other than just, I guess, reaching to touch you during hugs, there should be something here that lets you know that she wants to go home with you, not just spend more time with you, right? When you guys lock eyes, you stay connected for almost an uncomfortable amount of time, right? She's touching your shoulder, or she's saying things to you that are almost suggestive of whatever it is that she wants, even if it's not sex, even if she just wants to come to your house and just spend the night with you to get to know you more, right? Like women have so much ability to let a man know what they want, which helps him be more confident in actually pursuing. Men don't want to just attack a brick wall. Like we get rejected all the time. We don't enjoy that. So it's nice, and I think that, and we've talked about the handkerchief, I think that women should really do a better job of letting men know that they're interested, so that way he knows, okay, she's interested, now let me really pursue, because I don't have that fear of rejection, right? It's a give and a take. And I think that just because of social media and all this stuff and where we are in the dating world, women are just so used to getting hit on by some of the worst guys they don't even like. When they do like someone, they just assume, oh, he's going to hit on me like everyone else, and I'm just going to go with it. And it's like, no, he's a decent dude. He's actually trying to get to know you. Like, no, you're going to have to put in a little bit of effort. And I think that's just my...
No, I mean, I think it's dead on. I mean, because I was thinking about when I was driving home, I was just like, okay, because I had to marinate. It was like, okay, she probably wanted me to pursue more, and even if she shut me down of like taking her home the first time, she probably wanted me to push and all this stuff. I'm just like, this is too complicated. I don't want to.
Too many games.
It's just more than it's more than I desire at the moment, but. Ultimately, I'm not like super attracted to it like that.
And I think that's one of the reasons why you probably didn't push like that.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I mean, because you get nice, you know what I mean? But
that ain't everything.
Yeah, it's not. But
it's enough.
It's enough based on depending on what you want.
Well,
I don't think Mel he just didn't want to just smash.
Well,
I didn't.
Well,
so it's not enough.
And also, I thought I was meeting up with a girl this morning, but we're meeting later. So I was like, I guess I could have just stayed at old girl's spot. You know what I mean?
But did you really want to?
Nah.
Oh, yeah. See, so
I
it
didn't
worked out.
No, because I wasn't planning on staying anywhere. I was just, okay,
Yeah.
we're going to kick for the night, then I'm come back to the crib.
If you just like put yourself into their situation, women literally have they have so many, well, let me just say, and this is arbitrary, but they have so many options, but they're not really options, because options are really, for women, options are really only men that they want. And if they wanted them and he was an option, she would probably be in a relationship. So a lot of the men that just hit on women, they don't actually want. So they're not options. Same thing for men in a little bit of a different way, but they're not options. You can't say I have a lot of options if you don't want them. Now, if you have two men that you like, and you're like, I don't know who to pick, I like them both.
Yeah.
Now you have options.
Yeah.
But most of the women, that when they're getting hit on, and a lot of this also is just social media. Some women do get hit on in real life, but most now is all social media. And it's like, well, you're getting hit on based upon...
Yeah, women actually aren't getting hit on in real life.
Certain women. What holistically, yes.
Holistically, the amount of women getting hit on has decreased dramatically.
Correct. I would agree. And I don't even need to be a woman to say that, because, I mean,
You think, is it based on just the times that we're in that make you come to that conclusion?
It's social media.
Okay, because as I said, we're not really out that much anymore.
It's not, I'm not talking about Friday, Saturday night at the club, right? That's not really what I'm talking about. Those interactions are going to happen the way they happen. But even then, those interactions are not the same as they used to be. Because now the club has moved from dancing, you know what I mean, back in our day, to now, what are they called? Settings, tables,
okay,
private,
like dinner?
No.
VIP.
Yeah, but what's the tables, right? You get sections. Now the club is all about sections. So you'll go into a club, and 90% of the club is sections, and there's a small dance floor. The whole thing is different now.
Oh, they changed it up.
I think
It's just
I'm
it's
not
the
aware
culture.
of that. I think that this started way before social media. Honestly, I think it started.
Sections?
No,
Oh.
the decline of men approaching women. When we were younger, we would go to the mall. We would hit on girls or whatever.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, nah.
And then it became a thing. Like it was a culture. You see a girl at the gas station, you hit on her. You see a girl at the gym, she in the grocery store. And women started saying, stop hitting on us. We're here to work. We're here to work out. We're here to grocery shop. We're here to shop. We're here with our girls. And it became a question. I remember, where are we supposed to approach y'all? All you ever do is talk about where you're not supposed to approach us. Now, all of a sudden, we're like, okay, F it. Where are we supposed to approach you? And I think that is the beginning of it.
Okay. We're
Because
rooted.
Yeah, now, everything that came after that just helped to facilitate it. Now, they're upset. I walked down the street and, I literally saw a video like yesterday. This girl, she lives in New York. She's like, I'll walk down the street and I'll go by the construction guys and they don't even say nothing.
Why would you want to be recorded? Because you just have to assume there's a camera everywhere now. Like, why would you want to be one of those guys that's now on the internet getting blasted? Oh, look at this. These men are pigs. And walk down the street and whistling at me. Why would you want to be one of those guys? So you look and you just keep it pushing.
You can't even look, to be honest, the way they'll act in the gym and all that. But yeah, so this is why they've done it to themselves. And where does it all come from? It all comes from this feminist movement.
Yeah.
Like literally, that is the birth of all of this.
That's how they used to do. Like back in the day, I remember us just like, even if they get turned down, you know what I mean?
That's where I became a man.
Like, hey girl, what's good?
We used to call them out by colors.
Shorty in the red.
You know what I mean? Hey, yo, blue jeans. You know what I mean? With the boots.
Stingy ponytail. Hey.
Wow. That's
When they be salty.
That's probably not the where you want to go.
And then they'll curse about when they get turned down. I guess they don't do that no more, right?
No, because it's not. It's all completely.
You
different.
offend me.
And then when you meet a woman, what do? You don't ask her for her phone number. Let me get your Instagram.
Let me get your Instagram.
You got Snapchat.
You got Instagram, Facebook. How you want me to talk to you?
Like it's what you don't ask for the number. That's just like my number.
Do y'all like when y'all on dating websites and y'all have those girls? Y'all have conversations. It doesn't last long, but they just give you a number like, "Hey, I'm not on here much. Just text me or call me." Do you message them from that? I know you probably won't, but I think Chris is a little bit more.
It depends. It depends. Sometimes I have and sometimes I won't. It depends on how much I've gotten, how interested I am. Sometimes it's literally like the first or second message. I wasn't really that interested to begin with, and I just let it ride.
All right, I'm gonna see based on
You know
this
what
one.
I really hate?
This.
You know what I really hate? Is being on the sites, and as soon as you start talking to them, you have maybe half of a day of conversation, just a few messages, nothing crazy, and it's like, well, this isn't gone anywhere yet. I'm still just getting to know you, and then woman's like, here, just text me or call me. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like, do you feel a connection? Because I don't feel no connection. We barely even talking.
Just like women are like to be safe when it comes to stuff, cats be on scams.
Bruh,
The funny thing is her number is legit. Like I Googled it. Like she's a legit human.
No, that's just how they do.
Let me see.
Like I've never. That's never been a scam.
I don't mind a woman like giving me her number without me asking, but what I don't like is that we barely have talked. I don't want to let's just continue talking on here.
Let's stay here, and then I'll decide if I want to add more contacts.
Correct. Correct.
And then after I add these contacts, then I'll let you know you solidified. But if we haven't really had any like good exchange, it'll be a little bit uncomfortable. But I think I might hit her up right there.
Oh, I ain't been on this.
She's not fake or anything.
Yeah, she's not.
Well,
fake.
that's what I was. Okay. She's cute.
Yeah, I mean she's a cute chick.
Let me see what them photos look like.
I just want.
Oh, you didn't go through them?
Nah,
She definitely looks real. How tall is she?
5 foot or 5'1", something like that.
I haven't been on this in so long.
I like my
I'm up here
girl
like
small.
He's like, ooh.
He's like, ooh, did you message her yet?
it's just been a minute. Oh, but it did say she was liberal.
Did she?
Why you do that? Why you do that?
I didn't see liberal.
Or Libra. Sorry.
Yeah, but I didn't see that because I looked for that.
I'm sorry.
And the girl that I was messaging with, the girl that
I almost got her cut off.
the girl I was she looked good, right?
Yeah.
And the girl that I went on a little date with yesterday, she said she would rather have Kamala in there. I was just like, oh, really?
Is she Spanish?
Yeah, she looks
like she got a little tang in her.
Yeah, she got a little.
A little what?
Tang.
A little tang.
A little tang.
Little tang.
You got a little tang. She ain't
Like that tangy sauce.
Got a
that
little tang. Yeah, she got something.
Yeah, she
that's what I mean by a little melanin.
yeah, it's this literally as light as you can get. It's
I
still
mean,
melanin.
not
She's probably white.
nah.
I think she got a flag in one of these, don't she? Or is that? Am I tripping?
She's traveling with elephants. She's probably
I mean, she's trying to become fluent in Spanish.
she's probably she's got something. She's not white.
I think she's white. I think she's white.
I
I mean,
don't-
if she ain't, but shit, she can still get it. You feel me? You know what I mean? I take her to a little date.
I would text her.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit her up. I'm gonna hit her up. You know what I mean?
I don't like that though.
I don't either. Which is why I figured I'd double check her.
Well, you gotta let it rock out.
But she's cute, so you know what I mean. Maybe she's really interested in you.
We'll see.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Yeah, me too.
We'll see.
That's probably just what she does.
Yeah, it is what it is.
That's why these girls be having them phones. Sorry, these graveyards where I've seen girls. They posted on their there was a trend where they have just men's just name blocked, and then they name them blocked, and then they all just come up under the same, when you look at the contacts, and they just scroll, and it's all blocked.
That's crazy.
Why do you have them still in your phone?
I delete them
Just
all.
delete the number.
I delete them all. Delete the contacts, the message, the history. I don't need you.
Well, I
Your
think-
existence isn't important to me.
That makes sense. I think that for women, to give it contrast or color, men will continue to message.
Yeah,
them.
and they probably get
And if they delete them, they're just like, who is this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's easier to just know I don't want to talk to this person if they're saved under blocked.
yeah.
I think that maybe what's happened is they developed a culture because that you mean to tell me that many dudes?
They're giving out the number too
Well,
much.
it's either a very specific quality of man that they're giving their number to, or they got a couple of dudes who spent the block, they didn't like it, so they decided anytime I stop talking to them, I'm just block.
Yeah.
Because nigga, that's absurd.
It is. But ask a woman. How many guys do you have blocked?
I don't care.
I gotta ask my girl. How many? I mean,
I genuinely could not care less because
violence.
she be getting hit on.
at the end of the day,
I mean, that's
at the end of the day, it's like, what is the quality of man that you are allowing to be in you? Like, you talk to a girl, and they're upset because you don't have time, right? And it's like, okay, so you show interest by making time, but they don't like that. They don't like that you make time for them. They want you to just be available. It's like, what is wrong with you? So now you're obviously interested in dudes that don't have anything going on, that just have time for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore, what do you think is going to happen when you're not talking to them, you're not giving them attention? They're going to hit you up.
Mm-hmm.
What else do they have going on?
Nothing.
Like, you just keep. It's just like, would you rather have a dude who has time for you or a man who makes time for you? What is wrong with y'all?
bruh. He's spitting over here, man.
Let him cook.
He's spitting.
Like, it's so silly, but this is the reason why women need guidance, because a woman will say, I want a guy who has time for me, and be upset and mad at the guy who makes time. Bro, you don't even know if the man who has time for you will make time for you.
I think that it's a good point. I think that what the point that they're missing is being able to they don't have perspective, because there's no a lot of them don't really have real men in their life. They're typically asking for something that they have never had, or in a relationship, or even as a friend. right? Where the friend is honest to them, or their partner, or I'm sorry, not their partner, but their dad or their uncle or their grandfather, right? They're not honest to them. So they may say, well, I want a man who makes X amount of money, and I want him to be an entrepreneur so he can not have time, but he's flexible with his time. And yada, 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 right? They want all these things. But it's just like, okay, well, if that's what you want, fine, right? That's what you want. Let's not even look at what does the man want, but if that's what you want, fine. But the converse is, what is he doing with his time in order to gain those things? Because he can appear to be flexible, right? But flexible does not mean free time. That's something Chris taught me, because I tried to say, yeah, free time. I learned my lesson. And Chris was like, I don't have free time. I'm flexible, right? Which means something has to be prioritized. So, and if I'm prioritizing, okay, I'm flexible, but if I'm constantly prioritizing you, my businesses are losing money. I'm not growing. I'm gaining weight, right? Whatever the case may be, things aren't getting done that cause you to be attracted to me in the first place, right? You love the fact that I work out and I'm strong, but yet you want me to prioritize you, or you get upset because I go to the gym 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Wait, so do you like my muscles, or do you want me to be with you and have all this time, but I then lose my muscle, right? Like how, oh, I want both. It doesn't work that way.
I literally I had another chick that was, had a date set up with. Hey man, I'm out here.
I knew it. I said, Mel's out here. He's running.
In the streets.
Because he don't be out like that. And I kept seeing that car come and go. I said, what's going on?
Hey,
my boy out here.
Hey man, I'm single. I'm trying to mingle, baby.
Yeah, you back in it.
He almost 40 years old.
Yeah, I'm in dire stress. I'm reaching my limit. Come on. But I was supposed to this Friday. I was talking to this chick, and we were talking about comedy shows. Like, yeah, I like comedy shows and all that stuff. And then she's mentioned she was thinking about going to a comedy show like this weekend. I was like, okay, cool, because I know like Ryan Davis, he's supposed to be coming here, and I was like, okay.
Oh, the black dude, haha, funny. Oh,
not him, but if you see his face,
funny, Ryan Davis,
different guy.
Same name.
Ryan Davis is a different guy than Haha Davis.
Haha Davis. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they're both like internet, famous.
Okay.
And so initially I was going to ask her, but I had stuff going on, so I was like, I'm not sure. But then like the conversations, it stopped. But then she just randomly asked, like, do you want to go to the comedy show tomorrow, which is Friday, because we were talking on Thursday. And I was like, oh, I got a lot, supposed to be going here, And I was just like, yes, I'm able to go to the comedy show, but I'm available. Tomorrow's not a good day for me. I'm available Saturday, because they do comedy shows up until Sunday. And then she just said, boo. Then I was just like, okay, that's not a fucking response. Like, give me something more. But then I was like, okay, if that's not a good day, let me see if I can work something out. And, I'll see if I can work something out, and I'll be able to go, and I'll get right back with you. And then, I'm going to say 35 minutes later, I text her, hey, bam, cool, I'm good to go. I should be able to go. Anything, do I need to get tickets for it? I didn't get any response for the rest of the day or until Saturday. So I was like, okay, maybe she had already set it up with someone else as soon as
that fast.
Yeah. That we do know that they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we do.
I was like, okay, maybe like she decided to set up with someone else.
That's exactly what she did.
30 minutes though?
No, we've had this conversation before about something very similar.
Yeah.
Steve, I think it
was me
Oh,
about an African chick when we was
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so
I know she got a roster.
yeah, that and then so like the thing is I did meet up with her yesterday, but we just hung out. But it's just like because she didn't mention the comedy spot or whatever, but it just
See, that's part of the problem too, is that women are dating too many men. And they don't have any idea how to manage them. It's like y'all can't manage your day to day, but you have all these men. It's women, they're just doing too much.
yeah.
You know how many I was listening to something recently.
So you mean we should just let the men run around and be dogs and we stay at home until they come to us? Is that what you saying, Chris?
Bro, it worked out for you in the past. Look, men and women are different creatures. That's all there is to it.
That's the problem. They're trying to do what men do.
They're trying to be men and you're not men. But yeah, I was listening to something and they were talking about these single women, just out here struggling. And I'm like, bro, I know I know. Single women, it sounds good. It sounds real good. Because, I think this woman had divorced her husband. One lady left her husband because he was voting for Kamala or because he was voting for Donald Trump. And the other one.
Her husband?
Yeah. This a thing.
She left her husband because he was
it's
voting.
a thing. It's a thing.
Well, you know there was a campaign ad that recently came out.
What, if he don't vote for me, leave your husband?
No, it was lie to your husband. It showed a man and a woman, and the dude is what you would consider a clear MAGA supporter. And
I got a MAGA hat coming.
Bro, they look kind of lit. I was like,
they got different colors.
I'm getting the
Black.
dark one.
the dark. Is it red?
black
No, all
MAGA.
black. Yeah, I'm getting the dark MAGA.
I saw white and gold. I'm like, hey man.
I was like, hey man. Oh, but yeah, talk about it.
But yeah, I'll make it quick. But basically, the ad was it said, it's the wife is going into the booth or whatever, and the husband's like, you know who to vote for, and she's like, yeah, I know who to vote for, and she goes into the booth, and you see her just decisions, and it was like, your husband will never know who you vote for, and then she literally marks Kamala. She comes out, he was like, honey, you do the right thing, you vote right. Yep, absolutely. Like, and they're clearly in Trump all trumped out.
I would have told her to take a picture.
And the fact this is your wife, the fact that you have had to do that is crazy.
That's crazy.
So they're literally telling women like, just
lie to your man,
lie to your husband.
I have never seen a campaign ad like that. I've never seen a movement like that,
dude. It's
that's
when
insane.
they talk about Trump as being divisive, like literally, you're telling this woman. It doesn't matter what he says. You can still do what you want.
Forget your
lie
vows.
to him. He'll never know.
That's insane.
I don't care who you're. I don't care if it's the opposite. If it's Trump, they would never do that. That's unconscionable. But even still, then I would never support that either way.
No, of course
Why
not.
would any healthy individual with a healthy mindset think this is a great idea?
Yeah.
If you're that misaligned, then you need to then not be together.
Well, there was a dude who was saying that if a husband votes for Trump, he's literally voting against your autonomy. I'm like, what? What is wrong with y'all?
They're all they're doing is they're taking abortion, and it's now, oh, we're against women.
Right.
No. We're talking about one thing, which for most, well, I don't know the statistic, but I would say that most women probably don't have them. Maybe I could be wrong.
I'll say this. Most women, when they have them, it's early. It's,
Right.
2 months maybe. Less than 2 months.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's probably where most women, if they're going to interact with abortion, that's where it's going to happen. And
We're not talking about morning after pills. Because if we talk about that, then that's a whole nother.
no, I
wouldn't consider
what do
those
you mean?
abortion.
Okay.
I just wanted to be clarified. I'm not going against you.
I mean, it doesn't change the statement. Whether you count the morning after pill or not, which if you know you're pregnant, or either way it goes. The point is, most abortions are going to happen 2 months or less. I think Texas, they're pushing for 6 weeks or less. But I don't know if it's illegal now and they're going to change it and whatever. But you're trying to make it seem like Trump is like abortion ban, and that's not what he's talking about.
Nah, he's just gonna leave it up to the states.
Like, so what are we talking about?
25%.
You need to fight according to that statistic.
According to that statistic.
Yeah, you need to fight your local government if that's the case, not the federal government. This isn't a federal
Because
issue.
even the federal government. So I watched something and somebody made a really good point. If the Supreme Court went back to Roe v. Wade and they decided to overturn it, it was something that happened 50 years ago. This is the Supreme Court. You have to understand that these are lifetime appointees. These are judges who are the highest in the land. I'm sure there's a huge level of hubris that they walk around with. That's a lot of power. That right. They said that they're not going to overturn a decision that wasn't even like split. There was more. It was like 6-3 or something like that. It wasn't unanimous, but they're not going to overturn that, and that's not up to Congress. That's not up to anything. That is they. So Kamala is basically they're out here saying we're going to bring back Roe. No, you're not. It's not like it's not even something that you can do. It was a case that the Supreme Court at that time ruled on, and because of the ruling and the facts in that case, this then became something that was now just what happened.
Right.
Well, then now they go back and they just remove that because of however they did it, all the legal terms. That's not necessarily a federal law, right? So it's always been something where the states had their had control over. And even even some states after the Roe v. Wade coverage ended, right? States like Florida and Texas that would end their coverage as well, right? If you go past whatever Roe v. Wade says, you can't get anything else. But obviously, you had states that you could get things done later term. So, the fact that these people think that it's just going to just go back to what it was.
So here's my thing. Hold on, Steve. Here's my thing. We're not even saying that there's an abortion ban. We're just saying you have to get it done before. Are y'all trying to have late-term abortions?
So
what's the goal here?
Well, this is all propaganda. They're calling them abortion bans. There's no abortion ban. Now, there is no ban on abortion in any state, if I'm correct. Texas might be. I think Texas actually. If you look that up, see if can you look it up while I'm talking? Sorry,
See, I'm not Jamie.
I mean, he didn't even. He looked at me like I said something crazy.
What am I looking up?
You think I didn't pay attention?
The abortion.
Are there any abortion bans in any state where you can't get one? Period.
Okay.
Now I know that at the minimum, the lowest one I know of is Florida, and there may be a couple others. I think Texas as well, which is 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Now, me personally, being a moderate Republican, I think that logically that's too low. And the reason that I say that, and I'm welcome to hear
Damn it.
I'm welcome to input.
It says, yes, abortion is banned in some states and restricted in others. Abortion is banned in 13 states.
Is Florida on there? Because this may be Google.
More nuance, yeah.
Because they may call it a ban, but
Texas has 2 total bans in effect, which contain exceptions for life of the pregnant person.
well, see, this is what I'm saying. What do you mean a ban? What do you mean? How do you have 2 bans?
Right.
Florida's 6-week LMP ban with life.
So they're calling
they're
these.
calling
Right.
them
So they're
bans,
calling
but
them
they're
bans. See, this is why you gotta check these
Yeah.
people. They call them bans, but a ban means you can't do it. Right. So I think now, me personally, this is my personal opinion. I think now I'm of course for all the exceptions,
Alabama has a total ban.
which means you can't get one at all.
Probably because their population is so low.
Arkansas total ban with life exception in effect.
Okay, so
I mean, the life exception thing, I think, is just obvious.
Yeah.
I think that all 3 should be obvious. That's my thing. I think that all 3. Here's my take.
Man. All right. Yeah.
What?
No. I'm thinking. Go ahead.
Oh, God, you all right, man? You over there thinking about that girl?
No.
Here's my take.
I don't want to talk about abortion.
All
I'm just
3. I'm not gonna say them because YouTube or whatever. I think that are acceptable. I think that 6 weeks is too short, and the reason that comes from my wellness brain, because especially when you have women that deal with PCOS, for example, so many women are dealing with issues with fertility and their cycles and their periods and how their hormones are so imbalanced. They will go 6-8 weeks without a period and not be having sex, and then just be like, oh, wait, there's something going on, and they'll get a period, right? So I think that in our current modern world, I think that because it's so common for that to happen for women, 6 weeks is too short. You don't even know, right? Especially, whatever. Let's just say that you go out one night and let's say you're drinking whatever. Guy, you have sex. He said, I didn't come in you, and he pulls out whatever, but he doesn't really pull out all the way. And you're like, well, I didn't know, right? Like, I think that 6 weeks is too short. I don't, me personally, I think that sometime before 24 weeks, so sometime in that first term, but also at the same time, as a woman, you have to take some accountability. Men, we have to take accountability as well. We just take it financially. You have to take it with your own physical. But I think that if you're past 6 to 8 weeks, you should be asking questions. But I think that you should have that leeway. And I just think that 6 weeks is way too short.
Do y'all have empathy, or I guess that's the right word, for people who have sex or they have children regardless, even though this stuff is, they have it, even with this, this is knowledgeable that, you have abortions in particular states, but you have up to 6 weeks. But these people, they still make those decisions to get pregnant, or they have pregnancies but still want abortions. So do you support or have empathy for people who don't know any better and they still do these things and still go for abortion?
Let me make sure that I understand your question. So a woman is whatever.
It could be a couple too, whatever. Yeah, but women get pregnant. Okay. Yeah.
So a woman gets pregnant. Yeah. She doesn't want kids right now. She knows she lives in a state that Texas, Florida, Alabama, she only has 6 weeks or no time. Yeah. And she wants to get an abortion, but now she's stuck.
But they'll vote. They want to vote for Kamala simply because of this.
Okay, but you said you asked me if I have empathy.
Yes, basically taking the onus off of yourself. Instead, and you want to vote against Trump because you think he's going to take away abortions. Okay, because that is the consensus of what people think about what he's going to do.
Right, because
they think he's going to take away abortions, which he's not. He's leaving it to the state.
And you have some states since then who you're actually getting more than what you had before. But that's a whole other thing.
And my particular stance is people should take responsibility for their actions instead of relying on a system to do it for you. But obviously the other people, they want to make these irresponsible decisions and then have that option to have an abortion instead of just being responsible for an abortion.
I think that looking at this from my 38-year-old brain, it makes sense to me to take accountability. Thinking back when I was a young man, I was reckless.
Young man.
Even though when I say reckless, I mean we used condoms at that time, and I still even knew to pull out because these were things that men talked about, right? Like, bro, don't get her pregnant. You got to pull out. Wear rubber, right? So there were things that were implanted into men, and I think that as long as I can remember, it was always on the man. Yeah. So we have an issue in our culture. And I'm not blaming women, but it's always on the man. And it's like, well, women, you have to take accountability. You're letting this happen as well, right? And then if you get into a situation and you don't want to have a kid, well, then you just need to have a couple pregnancy tests available, right?
That's literally what I was thinking, because you were talking about the whole 6 week thing. If I'm a woman and I'm actively having sex and I know that my stuff's a little irregular or whatever, maybe I have a one-off deal or whatever the case may be, and it's been 4 weeks and my cycle hasn't come, just take a test. What is it, like $7? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think you could take a test at 4 weeks and it'll tell you.
Yeah.
So
and we're not talking about 4 weeks after sex. We're talking about you're late. right? So you know your period's coming up in a week, right? And now it's now 4 weeks past your period. That's 5 weeks. But not you're not 5 weeks pregnant. It's just simply that you've gone past your period time.
Yeah, it's whatever though. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
So whatever that is, all I know is it's a way for women to be accountable, and it just seems like the lack of accountability is so high amongst these people who are like, nah, we just want we just want to vote for Kamala because
we just want to be able to go do it when we want to.
We just want to be able to do what we want to be able to do, no matter what the repercussion
I don't want to have to
is.
take a test.
So it's hard for me to have empathy for someone like that when you're making a decision that's going to affect the entire country and even really the world on such a massive level. You're taking none of that into consideration. You're only focusing on one thing that she's probably lying to you about. She's probably not even going to do what you think she's going to do.
Yeah.
So
it's not that she's probably not. She can't.
Well, that's whether she can or can't.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm saying like it's probably not going to happen. So when you take into consideration everything else, and it's like, no, they don't want to take those things in consideration. None of those other things matter. Well, they do, because you're also complaining about the cost of living, the housing market, the interest rates, like literally daily parts of your life are being heavily impacted by policies that she's going to put into place. And you don't care about nothing else. You just care about that one time maybe that you might get pregnant and you might not want to have the baby.
Right.
It's like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
This is absurd. And my thing is, when I talk to women about this, they're like, I'm just voting for her because she's a woman.
Yeah.
I'm just voting for her because she's black. I'm just voting for her because she's going to, Trump wants to ban abortion.
He needs to have tact.
It's just like, so it's there's no empathy because, and this is unpopular opinion, this is the reason why women couldn't vote for so long. This is the reason why. Like right now, what are we seeing? A division between men and women where men are saying we're the leaders and we're saying this is the right way to go. And women are like, you're wrong. We're going to go this way. Why? Because of emotion. There's no logic, Steve. I have not talked to one female Kamala supporter that has any logical explanation for why they're voting for her.
Because they don't even know her.
Completely agree.
They don't even know her. They're just all their what they do know, they know Trump.
Yeah.
And they know what they've been told, which is 90% of it's lies. So that's all they know. They don't even know her.
These past few weeks is literally the epitome of all you need to see when it comes to the people who should be in power. Because you had Joe Rogan have Donald Trump on his podcast. He also had JD Vance on his podcast.
I watch that. I've only seen little bits and pieces. I need to watch that whole thing.
I can listen to JD Vance talk every single day.
I fuck with JD.
I mean, I didn't think I would like him
I
didn't know where he came from, but I like the fact, obviously, he's a Cincinnati Bengals fan. He also had a
is he a Bengals fan?
Yeah, he had a Bengals hoodie on and everything.
Right.
I was like, I fuck with him. But aside from that, just his answers, like, Donald Trump, he talks about the weave and all that stuff. But even with JD Vance, he is literally the only one who's directly answered questions. Like, directly answer the question that someone's asking, whether it's a reporter, whether they're talking about a podcast. He gives a direct answer, and it's solid. It's off the cuff. It's not programmed or anything. So, to me, I'm like, JD Vance is legit. And I see why Donald Trump would want him, a part of his squad.
I was upset because he didn't pick Vivek.
Vivek, yeah.
I still like Vivek.
Yeah.
But JD...
JD makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really does. And then... also, you had the Joe Rogan. Well, you had Kamala going Shannon Sharp,
bruh. Oh my!
And the you could see if you look at every comment. If you look at either on the Instagram, you go to Twitter. All the comments are talking about how much they pay you for this,
bruh.
And how they didn't throw any hard questions, no hard hitting questions. All she did was laugh. What the fuck's so funny?
Shannon just laughed the whole time too.
It's like we have a giggling competition.
Madam Vice President. Like, God, Shannon, what? And you think he really likes Kamala?
I think.
You think he really likes her?
I'm not sure if he likes. I think he's going to kowtow to that particular party.
And I can.
They've got all the celebrities.
Yeah, well,
everyone that's leaning towards the left.
They're paying them. There's people. I've been on TikTok because I've been posting on it recently, and of course all my it's all right now. It's all that's all I get now is all Donald Trump stuff because of the election.
I be thinking like, man, I kind of want to see some of the left stuff.
Me too. I was thinking about that as well.
I see some of that stuff too. I'm new. My algorithm's still trying to figure me out, so I get both.
Because I be on Twitter, I be like, man, I see a lot of this Republican stuff. But
You don't want to see it.
I want to see it just so I can see what there's. But I on YouTube.
Did you see the video I sent you?
Yeah.
That's what they're. That's the type of stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, they are. Mel, they're crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm serious. I'm not saying this because I'm like, oh, I'm go Trump. Like, none of us are like extreme right? We're not. None of us are. They are crazy.
Yeah, they're insane.
Like some of the stuff that they say, the positions that they take, and everything is abortion.
Yeah.
Everything is women's rights. Do I think that women should have rights? Absolutely. Right? We all believe that. Well, of course, women should have rights,
but they shouldn't have the right to vote.
When they make all these bullshit,
they should not have the right to vote.
Not
with all the emotional ass decisions.
No.
When you can look at the women who are voting now, and they can only say, "I want to vote for her because she's a woman." Nigga, I'm revoking you. I rebuke your vote.
No, it doesn't work that way. I don't agree with that.
I do.
I blame the media for it. I blame the media for being allowed to do what they are doing, and not only are they doing it, they like if you go and buy a TV and you don't buy cable, you plug your TV into the wall, right? And like my TV, for example, I have a Roku. I get news. I get all the news channels for free. I don't have to pay for that. You back in the day, you'd plug it into a cable plug in the wall, and you don't pay for cable. You're gonna get the news. There's a reason for that, and they get that airtime for free. They don't pay for that airtime, but yet they can make money. They're the only companies that get that privilege, and they're supposed to be doing that so that they are presenting the American people with information, yada, 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 yada. But they don't do that. And when they go on here and they blatantly lie, I'm not talking about a mischaracterization or taking something out of context, but dude, they are literally lying.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, maybe I've just never paid attention to
feel
news like this before.
They changed it because they used to like take clips and make it out of place, but now they're just making up shit.
They are just lying, and they are gaslighting these women emotionally, and that's really what's causing them. And because they don't go get context, and you have these algorithms that now you got not now, but you got Billy Gates who's sending her $50 million as a supporter. You look at the top, it was a PBD. I saw a clip, and he showed like the top donors of companies of Kamala versus Trump. I mean, she's blowing him out of the water. Google, Microsoft, Apple. I mean, just companies, just hundreds of millions. That's how she's raised $1 billion.
And she's dumping all of that money into celebrity endorsements.
She's paying just influencers on TikTok. I watched it last night.
Man.
She said, I got a letter. She said, when people are saying that these influencers are getting paid, it is 100% legit. And there have been multiple influencers have showed the emails, and they offered this woman 3 times $25,000 just to post a couple stories and say that she's voting for Kamala.
I mean,
$25,000.
And who's going to say no to that?
For regular people.
It's regular people. All I got to do is say I'm voting for Kamala, bro. It's insane.
But you know how influential these people are.
Look how many celebrities LeBron just came out and endorsed. And I'm just like, damn, LeBron.
Come
on,
on, man.
Steph Curry.
I'm not surprised about LeBron.
I'm not surprised at all. I just like
LeBron as a player.
Yeah.
Did Kyrie come out?
Nah.
No, that's why I got his shoes.
And then you have
he would never do that.
I got 4 pair.
Kyrie ain't saying nothing about nothing.
Because they'll shut him down if he do.
Kyrie's like, nah, the pandemic. I'll wait till Trump's in office.
Then they have Cardi B who just came out and did a speech.
Idiot.
And then they have Glorilla who just came out, did a little performance.
I was mad at that.
Then they had
You
Sexy.
can't be mad at him.
It's expected.
I'm not. Okay, you're right. You're right.
It's
Can't be
expected.
mad at 'em.
And Cardi B, Glorilla, she came out. Cardi B
she
did
do
her
a
thing.
speech?
Yeah,
Glow?
Not Glow.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
she just did a dance. Maybe she was like dance at the pose or some shit like that.
She did her.
But Cardi,
She performed the song.
yeah. It's funny and fried.
Not a Portuguese. I ain't got no
hitters.
And my sister's got me.
But
Right,
the
like-
entire time she was just,
Bro,
she had to stop. She couldn't do anything because all curse words and all this.
I watched behind her, and some of the women
What?
were
Yeah.
just like, bro, what is this?
What are we doing? Like they couldn't rock.
Like,
They-
what
they
are we
were-
doing here?
That's how you know they're doing things like this is the only way they can get black people's attention.
Right.
It's to get these freaking people up here dancing and singing and getting these popular songs.
And as we get closer, it is more and more. I mean, Beyonce, I heard she got paid $10 million for hers.
She just walked up there. She
Nigga,
literally was up there for 3 minutes.
She didn't look excited
at all.
Her
Same
speech
thing with
was-
Usher. He didn't look excited.
No, he looked. He looked like it was one of them videos where you got caught by the Taliban and they're like telling you read this.
Yeah. Act like you want to do this.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it is constant.
But the thing is, they always did this though. It's not anything new.
No, not at this
they've ramped
level.
this up, dude. This is ramped up.
Not at this level.
I think it's because that we are more conscious of it and more aware of it. and
I ain't never
wanting it.
seen
The
these. I ain't
only
never seen
time
these.
they
Went back.
did this
Went back.
was Diddy, Vote or Die.
Yeah.
That was the only thing close to this.
like this, but it's not even like, bro. It's crazy.
It probably isn't to the level simply because social media is more prevalent now and it's everywhere on every platform that you go on. But
this is their playbook.
I mean,
Oh,
Vote
yeah,
or
this-
Vote or
I'll
Die
agree
is
with you.
exactly what you're talking about.
There's always been campaigns and people performing to get other people. Because they even do it on the conservative side.
Yeah,
it's
but,
just
I mean,
not
you
hip hop
had-
artists or people that we actually gravitate
well, that's
to.
not. That's well.
I mean,
That's
they had Hulk Hogan.
yeah. But,
right.
Okay, we're talking about the RNC. This is your highlight reel of your year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can accept that. We're not. Trump don't be having Green Day and Linkin Park or wherever. Like
He had
don't
the
be
Undertaker.
Like I'm
And
saying, like
Kane.
they're not coming out here.
I know I like them
performing.
for a reason.
and when he does have his endorsements, these people are there. You can tell that they're feel
excited.
legitimate.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan performed. Y'all didn't see
He
it.
did
I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing.
He
But
didn't just walk out there and just say, "Oh,
right.
my
It
name's
wasn't no
Hulk
Usher
Hogan."
stuff like I support Donald Trump and he did Hulkamaniacs,
Yeah.
Trumpamaniacs.
Yeah.
Like he went hard.
I'll rock
Did you see Cardi B?
Yeah, it was trash.
I didn't watch it. I just
She-
seen what she was reading from her phone.
Before that, she didn't have, I guess, teleprompter or
went
whatever. And it's just
Oh,
like,
I didn't see that
If
before.
you were there to support her, and if you truly believed, you could use that moment to be like, you know what? I had a whole speech prepared, but it's not working. So I'm just going to tell you guys how I feel.
She's probably nervous too, though.
Yeah,
She's Cardi
lying.
She's Cardi B.
She's up.
No. We
Yeah,
not
go
getting.
ahead.
She's Cardi B. She's performed in front of tens of thousands of people.
Yep.
No, it ain't no
But
nerve.
that doesn't
Yep.
mean you don't get nervous.
Mel.
I mean, just because I know a little. I mean, I follow her a little bit, so she does get nervous when she do things.
Mel.
Like even if she's going live, I get it. I'm not saying that's a reason to
you
fuck up.
you
Or to make people vote
you
for
have
you.
been on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
You've been on TV shows. You've been in front of cameras for, I mean, who knows the past, whatever, right? You've been on stage in front of tens of thousands of people. You've done music videos. You've done all these things, and you're telling me that you can't get up there and you get nervous by doing a 5-minute speech for your person that you're supporting. You can literally go up there and say from your heart why you're supporting her if something goes wrong. But she can't do it. Why? Not because she was nervous. She's nervous because she is not being genuine. She's nervous because she doesn't truly feel like how she said she felt. Because not even a year earlier, she had this huge lie that went viral where she was talking about, I ain't voting for nobody this year. I'm not supporting nobody this year because what are y'all doing in New York? You guys are sending $100 million to Ukraine, and we out here and people can't afford groceries, and I'm lucky and I'm blessed because I make a little money. But what about my aunts and uncles and other people? So she had that huge viral tirade. And then less than a week before the election, now you go up in there with your BBL and you go up there with your cell phone and you can't even, from your heart, because your phone goes out, you just look stupid. Patience, girl, come on now. Come on, bring my phone. If something goes wrong, you can't go up there from your heart and say why you're promoting this woman. Yeah. It's a lie.
Yeah, I mean,
she from her heart said why she wasn't, and you can tell. Nah, bro, this is BS.
She probably just forgot. You know what I mean? I'm just fucking.
Golly.
I mean, obviously, you know, I'm
okay, I don't know. Maybe I was like, maybe you just like Cardi B.
I like her. I like her music. I mean, I don't like what she represents as far as like her, you know. But I think she's a interesting personality. But I don't think that
say nothing negative about Beyonce. That's all.
Who, me? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna. I rock with B. But on the flip side, I was like, I wish Beyonce just sat out.
That's what she said she was gonna do.
I really wish she just didn't.
But this is the point. How are they getting all of these?
It's like they literally either got a text or a call, or like the signal went out, and LeBron and all of these people who have these big followings.
It's Diddy.
They're blaming Diddy because you think they have something.
You think that they sacrificed Diddy to win this election?
Nah, I think we're like.
Well, when is that?
I think we have.
I mean,
our tinfoil hat is like. I like.
Well, we're just talking. We're thinking.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
Here's what I'll say.
One person for 8 years of more power.
Oh no. You know it's not 8 years.
Okay, 4.
It's for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Because what they're doing with the immigration policy.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, JD Vance. I feel like everyone in the world needs to see that.
Yep.
Bro,
that part where he talked about what they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been obvious.
But
right. But
even watch
so eloquent with this.
What's this? Joe Rogan just had an interview with the other guy who won Senate. I can't remember, but he's like someone who's on Kamala's side, and they talk about the border czar. And Joe Rogan was like, y'all are bringing people over here so they can be, so they can add to the votes or so. Can't you see why, like, the Republican Party or people, they would be, apprehensive or fearful that you all have been responsible for this? And then this dude was dodging. He was just like, yeah, but years ago, something, blah, 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 Trump, he signed this in, and then Joe Rogan pushed back. And it's just like, he was going at this Democrat who went on there, obviously representing Kamala's party, but it literally brought to life the fears that people who vote Republican are thinking about when it comes to people coming into. They want people to come in. They literally are wanting people to come in.
Republicans.
No, Democrats are wanting these people to come in undocumented so it can influence the election. Apparently, I guess that's what's happening in Pennsylvania, right?
Well, in Pennsylvania, they have already. They have 2 different scenarios that I am aware of right now. One in Pennsylvania, one in Colorado. So in Pennsylvania, they found, and Donald Trump I'm not gonna say misquoted. Maybe it was intentional, but he said that there were 2,500 ballots and registrations that were fraud, which is not true. They were just registrations. But a registration turns into a ballot.
It's all the same.
Correct.
It's all the same.
But I'm just keeping it fair.
I understand.
So there were there's these third party companies. So these companies go out and they go on the street and they're like, hey, are you registered to vote? You registered to vote, right? And they collect these and they turn them all in. So what happened was that they had this company, and there was, I don't know if it was one person or multiple, whatever, and they ended up registering a lot of people. But they deemed them as all fraudulent because most of them were fraudulent. There were some real registrations in there, and they turned them all in on the last day of registration. And what eventually what would happen is then they could then use those to actually vote with. Right. Now it was caught in Pennsylvania, but and they say that their investigation thus far, they have found that this goes all the way back to June. So this is something that they've been doing back to June. So there's not just the 2,500. That's from their initial investigation. They found that this has gone back multiple months, right? In Colorado, what happened was that they have a system that as soon as you vote, you can track it. And then they also verify your signature based upon anything you've done with the state. So like your license, or if you've got welfare or whatever the case may be, they track it with your signature and they do it electronically. And then they have like these judges that also compare as well. So they have physical people that do it also, and the system kicked back multiple people's their IDs, saying, hey, the signature doesn't match. You need to cure your ballot. Basically means you need to fix your ballot. It's a signature. Well, then the first thing they got a call from a woman who said, I didn't do a ballot. And then they were like, oh no, okay, we'll look into it. And then they started like looking into it all within the same day. And within the same day, they found 12. All where people were like, we didn't do this, or we didn't send this in. We didn't vote yet. Now the problem here is that before they stopped them all, because what they did was then they stopped everything from going through their system. When they got to these 12, 3 of them had already gone through, and they're already in the voting pool. So there are 3 actual ballots in Colorado at minimum that they have found that are 100% fake. And because of the voting laws and voting and keeping things secret, though they don't know who they were voted for. So there's no 100% that it was Republican or Democrat. They just go into the system, and they can't remove them.
Why should it shouldn't be anonymous. Just make this shit open.
It's anonymous for a reason.
It's anonymous for everything that's going on right now. Look at how the extreme left, I'll say, is attacking people who aren't voting, aren't going their way.
Yeah. There's a reason that Trump way overdoes his polling numbers. People don't want to say they're voting. We've never seen people outwardly speak how well they like Trump than that we are now.
Yeah, I realize that when people post about them liking Trump, they get a lot more hate.
Oh my God.
But when people post about not liking Trump or they'll vote for the left, it's more openly like welcome.
Yeah, it's accepted.
It's just like, why do you get condemned or you get fired from your job or all this
crazy
stuff for mentioning that you support MAGA or Donald Trump and you align with that? And what I realize is that Donald Trump is a very polarizing figure. And I was expressing this, I think I was talking to Anthony about this. I was just like, I'm not in the political realm, but if I was, I would obviously gravitate towards the right. I understand that this is an entire game because it literally feels like I'm in the final season of an episode that's about to come to this climactic ending, and I'm
100%.
I'm just sitting here waiting for it, and I'm extremely invested into it. And then, I never expected that I would be as invested into this.
Me neither. I'm the most invested I've ever been.
Because like growing up early, I was like I don't care about this. No, this is a game. Blah blah. I don't really care. But now I'm just like, yo, I need to know what the hell is going on. But now I'm thinking that the reason why Donald Trump he has this magnet about him. I don't know what it is, but it's brash, but it's also real, so that makes me support him a lot more.
Is he brash though?
In the sense that he doesn't he'll call people stupid and
I think that we just look at politicians and we're so used to being fake.
I'm not thinking about that. That's how most people look at it and that's how they receive it.
Yeah, but this is Trump being Trump on TV.
I never watched him on TV. I'm just based on what I see. He obviously gives off that New York mannerism, and people from New York, they have a certain way of communicating.
Nigga, that's them,
and that's who they are.
I think it's Trump. I think Trump is just real all the time.
He is.
I think he's just him all the time.
And his person, it made me realize, okay, I have to be conscious because I know this is a game, but. How he moves, it feels like he is he's like one of those figures.
Yeah, but I don't think Trump is part of the
Once
game.
again, man.
No, I'm not. No, exactly.
Okay.
He's one of those figures that makes you want to do things and follow him. And I see that, and I had to be like, I'm not part of these niggas, man.
No, I was gonna say, yeah. Once again, Trump he's not in the game the way that they want him to be. He's
still in the game. He's a billionaire. He's still in the game. But
he's still in the game.
He ain't in their game.
His father and his uncle and all them, they were all in the game. Like, it's not like he's just one of us, out there. So let's keep it. Let's understand. But he does seem to have a chip on his shoulder for whatever reason. Now I got to wrap up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Alrighty.
Well, I'll just do final thoughts because the next time we do this, the election will be over. I think that Trump has a very good chance of winning the popular vote this year, which I think him winning if he wins the popular vote, that'll say everything he needs to say, because they're the underdogs. When it comes to the popular vote, they're never getting the popular vote. I think that's one of the reasons why they're trying to get quote unquote black men on their back. So we are so important to them. Like, think about it.
Who?
To the Democratic Party.
Okay. I just want to be clear.
Think about the amount of energy, all of the money, all of everything that they're spending right now. This is crunch time. This is it. This is your Hail Mary. They're spending it on us. How are we that important? How are we that important? This is the reason why, like, bro, they be lying about so much.
This shit is so
It
fishy.
makes no sense. If we're 13% of the population and the black men would be probably less than half of that.
So let's say 6.5.
6.5 million votes.
6.
Why are we so important? Mm-hmm. So
maybe our numbers are bigger than they say.
Maybe they're bigger. Maybe our impact is bigger. I don't know. Maybe
you should be able to win without us.
You should be able to win without us.
If we're only 13%, 13% of the population, black people, if we're so small, you should win without us.
You should be able to win
without us. All you gotta do is get white people.
What does it matter? So I think that we might see.
Ooh, that's a good point.
We might see that Trump gets the popular vote. Once again, if we can control the cheating, I think that we also might see a landslide victory. I see Trump winning the majority of the swing states. Mm-hmm. I see the map looking red, bro. And I think that would be the first time in American history, in modern American history, where it's like, it's slated, like we're waking up. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not about politics. I think that's why the gang, they're working so hard. This ain't about politics. It's about human rights. It's about the future of human civilization. America seems to be a project for the world. It seems like whatever they can get away with here in America, they're going to get away with anywhere. And I feel like we're finally beginning to wake up and kind of start resisting in a way that's non-conducive to their plan and their strategy. And I think it means that for this Trump race.
Mm-hmm. Final thoughts, Stephen? Before the election.
What's today?
Results?
Today's Sunday, so there was the Tuesday.
You got Tuesdays.
All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna hit him with the on Wednesday I'm gonna hit him with the bit. No, yeah, I mean,
he added the thing with the golf swing in there.
Oh yeah. Honestly, dude, even if Trump wasn't running, I'd be in the same position. I'd still be voting Republican.
Did you vote? Or you want to abstain?
I'm gonna vote.
Okay.
Well, you had to register, didn't you?
Yes.
They registered you?
They send you everything in the mail.
Okay.
You threw me off track.
Final thoughts.
Yeah. Anyway, I think
you were going to vote.
I think that he's going to. Yeah. I think that Trump's going to win. I think that Kamala is. When we talk about aliens and snakes and all this stuff, reptiles, like I mean, obviously, talking tinfoil, whatever. Like, I think that's her.
Yeah.
It's so odd how she is able to literally snake through every interview and not answer a question, and it's just the most odd thing to me how rehearsed she is. Where she just repeats the same things over and over. And for the life of me, I can't see how a person, and I look at this thing really from both sides of the coin. I don't see how people look at her and say, this is someone who I want as my president.
Exactly.
Dealing with Putin, dealing with North Korea, dealing with Netanyahu. I mean, you see how she deals with them already. You're going to make like these are real leaders.
Yeah.
They're not going to sit here and allow you to, well, there's no cameras. They're not going to sit there and allow you to just filibuster, to allow you to just talk and word salad. They're going to be like, Madam President, what are you talking about? Right? They're not going to go for that. And you look at these countries that, for some of them, they're like, I mean, you know, they're not really even real keen on a woman being a leader of the United States, who a lot of them follow. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the woman being a president, but not her.
Yeah.
And not she's a liar, she's a snake, and we don't even know who she is. So
Candace
I
Owens
think
has done
Trump's
a good job of showing we don't know anything about this woman.
And Candace Owens coming for you, Shannon Sharp. Better watch your mouth.
They keep sending me texts. I just got a text
Yeah,
about
Donald Trump. They keep asking for more donations.
No, this ain't even Trump.
Black.
This is the Dems. They asked me
Yeah,
if
they hit me
I'm
up too.
voting for reproduction rights. I started having a conversation with them. I said, I'm an independent. How does this help black men? No response.
I think we're gonna have a red, you know what I mean, a little red wave across the country. Hopefully that happens. If not, hey man, I'll be back with my MAGA hat regardless, you know what I mean? But we appreciate y'all rocking out with us. Make sure you subscribe and all that beautiful stuff. If you ain't voting for Trump, I want to know why. If you voting for Kamala.
If you ain't voting for Trump, then you ain't black.
You ain't black.
Look him up.
If you ain't voting for Trump, then you ain't black. Because if you vote for the other one who says she's black,
she's not.
She'll show you how black she really is. I am Animated Male, Chris James, Stephen Michael. We will see you beautiful people in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.